Alrighty, guys. Well, welcome to the Sunday night live call where we inspire to inspire you and motivate you and prepare you for the upcoming week. I am Carrie B, the 9 to 5 Excuse Busting Director of Team Excuse Busters, along with Jessica Villarreal, Team Achieve the Dream, and also Lucy Smith with, what is it? No Limits. So Team No Limit. And many other teams that are up and coming, and that is exciting to say. We have teams that are exploding out. I think Amy's on. The last time I checked, Amy's like $6.13 for promoting the Star Consultant. Woo! Let's go. Tequila promoted to lead. I think somebody named Teresa Fonseca just might become a director. I don't know what y'all think, but what? She's less than $3,000 away. She can do it. So we are going to rock it out. I'm sure Jessica's got some amazing announcements as well. But we want to let you guys know that we really care about you guys. And so therefore, this call becomes so important because we have been, as you guys know, Jessica, Lucy, and myself, we are constantly training. Jessica's constantly finding new material, sharing it with us as well, vice versa. And we're trying to work smarter and not harder. And Cincy has, if you were at convention, they gave us a taste of how they stepped up their game with training and things like that, right? So fasten your seatbelts. Grab your notepads and your pencils because we do have some things that, like I said, that should help us all be more efficient. It may, I'm just going to be honest with you. It may, some of you might be thinking like, what? And hopefully most of you, especially, those that are up and coming leaders understand that change is always going to happen, right? So we've been training as leaders and we want to ensure we are not hindering anyone's growth. So we're going to be making a few changes and implementing a few new things. But before I get to that, I just want to make sure there's nothing Jessica wants to shout out before we go. Jessica?
I don't have numbers here, but I know that I'm excited. A lot of promotions in the making. I know that Ashley Ramos is super close to always getting paid at title, and that's awesome as a star consultant. I know Yudi, Alma, and Lucy are very close. I mean, very close to hitting star consultant this month. And whether they hit it this month or they don't, they are in the running, and I'm super excited for all their growth and many more. I know Jessica Gonzalez hit lead and she's working super hard. There's several go-getters that are out there making it happen, and I am just excited to see. These are the magical months of our whole business, so I'm excited.
And you know what? She said one thing too, that many are close to promoting. And you guys, there's many of you guys out there like in these magical months that are turning in PRV where you haven't done that, or you just started. Some of you are turning in almost $1,000 and it's your first order. So make sure you're on your pages and you're tooting your own horn. Don't wait for us to toot your horn. Shout out and let us know, because you know what, we're out there. I'm sorry, y'all, it's hot. We're out there trying to make it happen as well too. And so we want to make sure that we don't miss anything, and therefore we need your help to ensure that we are celebrating alongside of you, right? So Patricia says hi back. Had to give my, oh, she's back. Okay, well, welcome back. She had to get her nephew. All right, so let's get into this because we have a video we want you guys to watch, and from that video, we're hoping you guys will take lots of notes and be empowered. So as we were talking about changes, one of the big changes is that we want to ensure that we are utilizing all the amazing tools that Cincy provided for us and provides for us through our workstation. So as well as there's leaders out there such as Lucy, Jessica, myself, Louise, Katie Farner, Kimberly Paluto. There's so many people out there that make amazing YouTube videos. So there's lots and lots of training out there. So, and with that coupled with Cincy stepping up. So we have the workstation, we have other amazing leaders, plus Cincy has stepped up their game on training. There's no need for us to reinvent the wheel as leaders, right? because what that does is it takes time away, and it takes time away from us growing our teams, right? And when it takes time away from us growing our teams, that creates a loss of time for us, right? It creates a loss of time because we're trying to specialize something that's already happening. That training is there, and we don't want to cripple you guys from going to your workstation and being informed and updated as you should be on your own. Because just like, if you ask us something, we have to go look for it. So I understand that sometimes we're at parties and things like that happens. So that's one thing, is that we're going to really, really, really start pushing everybody to seek training from the tools that are already out there. We also are you're going to notice, and some of you may have experienced this with me already, that we will no longer answer questions that can be found on the workstation. And again, it's you guys, we all got the same handbook. We all paid the same amount, $49 or $99 to get started. We all have the exact same resources at our tips. It's just at our fingertips. It's a matter of, are we going to utilize it, or are we going to always look to say, can you tell me where is this, that, and the other? And then what happens is the same question comes up again with your next team member or your next situation, and you still don't know where to find it. So we just want to make sure that we're not crippling anybody, that we're enabling everybody to be able to realize that they have the resources at their fingertips. So while we've already planned out the meetings for the rest of the year, we plan on continuing the meetings out through 2016 as scheduled, but we're reevaluating if a weekly call is going to continue in 2017. And that is, again, we love the meetings. We love the rock stars that get on. Woohoo! Kudos to you guys that get on constantly. But the company offers tons of training. They offer training on Tuesdays for all consultants. Becca offers a new consultant training call. So even you up and coming leaders, you have somewhere to direct your new team members. We have our Super Saturday call. And then, of course, we have our call. So we want to make sure that we're not hindering, because you can become a lifetime trainer, or trainee, I should say, and never actually put anything to work, right? And so we don't want people to get so involved in taking notes and learning how to do stuff, but they're not actually implementing it in. So before I go to the next section, I want to see what Jessica wants to pop in and share. So y'all just don't hear from me.
No, I think so far you're good. Okay. And again, just adding to the call, we're going to sit and, as far as the leaders who plan who plan and do the calls, we're going to talk and see what we're going to implement for 2017, what is beneficial for not just us, but for everybody on the team, right? Because at the end of the day, we are independent consultants, right? So we have to also take care of our personal business. So we have to make sure that works in with our time. And one of my key points with this is that, we do have several leaders. And when I mean leader, I mean leader above. And, I want you to think back when, if you've been with me that long, as far as when I started doing calls, was when I was a lead consultant. And, sometimes we have to leave that road open for those that are willing to step up to the plate and lead a call and do it themselves instead of us always leading the call. So we're going to really think about that. And that's my only take on that. So as everything that we're going to give you and talk to you about today, make sure that if you have a question or some feedback, to write it down. So, when we do ask for your feedback, you can tell us what you think about this. Or, do you want to step up to the plate and do that? Because, again, you are a leader the day you recruit one person, not just a director title. So remember that. But that's all I wanted to chime in on that, Carrie.
Well, you did a good job. I'm tripping. Okay. I'm playing around with my view because I'm not really sure how I want to see y'all. And now I just lost my, oh man, hold on. Stop playing with the computer, Carrie. Okay. Because me and the Mac are not the best of friends. So thanks for sharing that on the leader. So, and remember, we're all leaders, right? So we want to make sure that we have that mindset. So leaders' time is just like your time, right? So for those of you guys who already have sponsored someone, whether it's one person, 10, 15, or 20 people, you realize that you have to pour time into them, right? But you also have to realize that your time is valuable, and training through the training that we've taken as the planners of these meetings, we've learned that giving our time away can be costly. So just so you guys know, moving forward, we're only going to give our time to those who want it and who are willing to work for it. Now, let me explain. Not saying we're going to abandon y'all. We're not going to be y'all leaders. That's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is that we don't want to have a push and pull, tug of war type relationship with you. We want to identify how you want to work your business, and then we want to support you right that way, right? So if you're saying, nope, I want to reach the top of the income chain, I want to reach the top of the leaders chain, then you know what? We're going to work with you. We're going to get the plan as long as you're doing the work, right? Because you can do this all day long and say you're going to do, but we want you to put the actions behind it. And then you may be the person that just says, you know what, I'm good. I don't plan on being a leader. I don't plan on growing a team or what have you. But you know what? I appreciate the meetings. I appreciate the training. We're going to support you that way. But what we're not going to do is we're no longer going to chase. You know what I mean? I know, I could get biblical on you. I know we're supposed to go for the one lost sheep. I get that. But sometimes people get very bitter and they get very angry when we reach out to them. So we want you to reach out to us and tell us how you want to run your business and tell us how to support you. And maybe you don't even know. Write that down. You know what? I don't even know what I want out of Cincy yet. And we can help you figure that out as well too. But again, we just don't want to get into the whole push and pulling, because you have to decide, I'm going to do the work or I'm not going to do the work. It's just that simple. I'm going to do the work. I'm not going to do the work. And so for those of you guys that are doing the work, you might be thinking, but this is just something we felt like we really needed to say. So we want you to step up to the plate and tell us what you want. And if you're content where you are, cool. We don't want to push. We don't want to pull. And we don't want you to, we don't want to take you where you don't want to go. That's so important. Remember, it's always important to know what you want to do and if you're willing to pay the cost that it takes to achieve that, right? And cost in this case could be time, could be money, it could be sacrifice or what have you. So if you've already worked hard to build a good organization, let's talk about this. If you've already built a good organization and then whatever life has happened and you've hit a bump in the road and you just kind of letting it falter away. You know what I mean? Why would you do that? Why would you build up a good organization, get a good sized team, and just because it got a little bit hard or life got in the way a little bit, or maybe even a lot, you just let it all go away? Instead, we want to encourage you to connect. And again, understand that you have to do the work, right? And to understand why your business probably wasted away is because you didn't want to do the work. So be honest with yourself. You can tell us all day long what you're going to do, but be honest with yourself. If you built it once, we know you could build it again, but you have to ask yourself what happened and if you're willing to do the work. And if you're not willing to do the work, well, then there you have it. But again, we don't want you to leave money on the table as a leader. If you're building something, understand what the loss can be when you don't work your business. Understand that when you, as a leader, don't participate in trainings and don't go to the events that Cincy puts on and you don't, show up on the calls and you don't post and things like that, that's exactly what your team is going to do. So you want to make sure that you are, if you are willing to do the work, you do the work so that your team will know that this is what you have to do to get it done. And if you don't want to do the work, then you have your answer why things are wasting away. So, Jessica, I think that's where we're going to cue to the video, unless you want to add to that.
I have a few things to add, yeah. So, with that particular part that Carrie talked about, again, understand that if you guys heard me do a training not that long ago on nurturing your future leaders, and again, I'm talking about the minute you have somebody join. And I want you to understand this concept and what has driven us to refocus and reevaluate our personal businesses as leaders, right? Is that 20% of the people you have on your current team, I don't care what title you're at, whether you have 2, 3, 4, or 200, 20% of those people on your team are going to produce 80% of the work in your organization. So why is that important? It's because it's important for you to know who those people are, because those are the people that need the most of your time, because they are the ones that are out there working, right? So you know, that as Carrie said a while ago, how we're going to, you know, go and implement some of the things that we're going to do is we're going to work with those 20%. More, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentionally, I guess, because they're the ones who are reaching out to us to want the training and the coaching calls and the more one-on-one focused training for their business. And that is it, Carrie.
Okay. So you guys, we want you to be excited. We want you to want to be here. And, you know, as you continue to grow and grow your teams, you'll understand the struggle it is when you have to continue to evaluate. But one thing I want to tell each and everybody on this call, you have to protect your business. You have to make sure that you are working your business and that you're not, to your detriment, giving so much to your team that you're not taking care of home base. You know, you're not taking care of you. So these are not easy decisions, but we have an amazing, amazing upline in Becca Levi where they provide, you know, training. They provide calls. Things are recorded. So we want to make sure that we're not crippling anyone and that instead we're empowering you. But this video we're about to show you, there's two things you got to do. You got to do the work. I forgot the other thing. No, I'm just kidding. You got to do the work. I'm saying two things, but it is. It all results in work. It's, do you want to lose every time you don't do the work, meaning miss out on an opportunity because you weren't prepared, right? Do you want to wish and say out, you know, there's no way I can earn the incentive trip and just give up before you ever get started? Or are you willing to do the work? So without further ado, I'm going to try to share my screen. So I hope y'all ready. Desktop. Share. Jessica, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Little bio. Okay, this dude's name is Healy. Huh?
Bob Heilig.
Bob Heilig. I say Heilig. So I hope you guys can see this okay.
All right, so let's get into this whole issue of, thanks for the shares, guys. I appreciate it. So let's just get this out there right away. Let's acknowledge the fact that when it comes to building a business, okay, slow and steady does not win the race, and just not quitting is not enough. One of the things that you realize when you study successful entrepreneurs is that they, at some point in the beginning of their business, they put in maximum work, time, and effort, exhausting amounts of work. Many entrepreneurs, when they start their business, are not full-time. They're working jobs and building a business on the side. Now, if you're in the network marketing profession, that's you. You know, I always like to subscribe by the saying that you work your job from 9 to 5, and then if you want to build a successful business, you've got to build your business from 5 until faint. You've got to really understand, guys, it's a tremendous amount of work to build a business. But a lot of people that get into network marketing, they trick themselves into thinking they're working and that they're actually building a business, but they're not. Listen, it's important that we realize it is called network marketing for a reason. Because like any business, it will take tremendous time and effort. But here's the thing. You need to start to understand that what you really need to do is you need to be willing to put in these short, concentrated periods of time of all-out massive action. See, I have a group coaching program. It's called the Breakthrough Academy. And we're on the second module right now. And the second module that we have is called How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. Now, some of you hear that and you're like, that's impossible. It's not impossible. I've done it. Many people have done it. But what I will tell you is it requires an exhausting amount of work. But here's the philosophy, guys. This is what I want you to understand. Your business is like an airplane. The only way an airplane, when a pilot sits at the beginning of a runway and he or she knows that I've got to get this airplane off the ground, the only way it's getting off the ground is 100% throttle. not 98%, not 95. Anything less than 100% throttle, guess what happens? The plane crashes at whatever is at the end of the runway. Now, here's the thing. The plane will use up 2/3 of its fuel just getting off the ground. But then once it's in the air, once it's taken off, it can fly thousands of miles across the country on 1/3 of the tank of fuel. Your business is the same way. You've got to put 100% throttle down to get your business off the ground. I want you to think of your business like the TV shows where you've got the patient that's dead on the table. And what do? They grab out the electric paddles and they give the patient a shock. They shock their heart back into beating. That's what your business is. If your business is dead on the table, you've got to shock it back into life. You can't just keep thinking, well, I'm just not quitting. It's not gonna work. You need to work harder. I'm gonna tell you the solution to any one of your problems. Work harder. Talk to more people. If I were to follow some of you and I were to see what you actually did, tricking yourself into think you're building a business, I'd laugh at you. I'd be like, if you work this hard on your job, how much money would you make? But see, you're talking to 2 or 3 new people a week, and then you're wondering why you're not getting the check that you want? I mean, how long does it take you to talk to one new person? 5, 10 minutes? If you worked 15 or 20 minutes on your job this week, would you get frustrated if they didn't send you a check? How long do you think you'd have a job for? Guys, here's what you need to do. You need to make a decision that you are going to go all out. You need to pick a 30-day window of time, and you need to clear out all the distractions of your life. You need to make your business a priority, and you need to literally press the mental reset button, and you need to go back and talk to everybody you know, everybody you've met, everybody you come across in that 30-day period. You need to become an animal. You need to become obsessed with recruiting people. You do that for 30 days. You bring in 5, 10, 15, 20 new people. I don't care what problem you're having. That is the solution to any problem. Can't motivate your team? Go recruit a new team. Watch what happens to your existing team. They get real motivated when they think you're going to leave them behind. When they start to see you doing the things that you are telling them to do, but you're not doing, that's what motivates people. Here's the other thing. You have to understand that in the network marketing profession, 80% of all of the production that comes through a team comes from people that are in their first 30 days. So you've got 2 choices. You can rely on other people to go recruit those new people, which frustrates the heck out of you, or just go do it yourself. Look, some of you need to be able to tell your team, listen, I'm not here to manage anymore. I'm here to lead. So you're going to have to step up for the next 30 days. I'm not going to be able to do all the contests and put together the promotions and make the flyer. I'm not doing anything that's not going to make me money. I don't need to talk to you for an hour a day so you can complain to me that you're frustrated and you don't know. Listen, I'm not your guidance counselor, okay? I'm not your therapist. I'm a leader. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find people that are motivated to go to work. Here's how I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to let you know I don't need you anymore. See, some of you enable your people. They have the umbilical cord stuck to you, and you just keep feeding them. It's okay. You're going to be, guys, I'm telling you, you got to get to work. You got to work harder. Some people say, well, where do I find people to talk to? It's pretty easy. Walk out your front door. Some people say, well, I ran out of people to talk to. Impossible. They make new people every single day. You can't run out of people to talk to.
Love that.
Get uncomfortable. Start contacting people. I don't care if they've told you no 10 times. Go talk to them an 11th time. This is the mindset and the mentality that you need if you want to be able to create big results in your business. And I'm telling you, here's what you should be excited about. And by the way, if you do what I'm telling you to do right now, this will be the hardest that you have ever worked in your life. Make no bones about it. If I were to go through a 30-day run like I used to do, some of you would be amazed. And here's what you would realize, like 2 hours into me doing it, I've never in my life, never worked even close to hard enough in my business to be a top earner in my company. Guys, this is the type of stuff that you need. Now, here's the thing. You can't do this forever. You would literally die. But if you're willing to do it for that short period of time, if you give your business the electrical shock, you're full throttle, you get it off the ground, you've got a bunch of new people to work with. Now you focus on driving those legs as deep as you can, helping them. And I'm telling you, it will motivate your team faster than anything you can do or say is by you leading by example. So that's my message for you today. Slow and steady is not going to win the race. Slow and steady will kill you when it comes to building a business. And never forget, it is called network marketing for a reason. It is not easy building a residual income. It is hard work creating a culture and a team of like-minded individuals. It is, you got to have mind over mattress. You got to wake up before your alarm and get to work. You got to be up late. It's work your job 9 to 5, work your business 5 until you faint every day. Your head hits the pillow. You should be exhausted and excited at the same time because you literally did everything in your power to build your business today. So here's what I want to ask you. When are you willing to put in your 30 days? See, I want to challenge you to decide what's going to be the start of my 30-day run. And I want you to pick that 30-day period. I want you to make a brand new, fresh contact list, 300 to 500 people, clear all the distractions, make your business a priority, set your business hours, have the conversation with your family. Hey guys, here's what I need you to do. Right? Let's talk about that for a second. Some of you are like, I have unsupportive spouses. I get it. That's great. But my question to you is, are they unsupportive because you're not making money in your business because you've never worked your business the way you're supposed to? What if you worked your business the way you're supposed to for 30 days and you actually started to make money? Watch that unsupportive spouse now be supportive. So tell them for the next 30 days, look, I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I've never worked my business the way that I needed to, and I recognize that. And I understand why you're not supportive of me, but here's what I'm asking you to do. For the next 30 days, I'm asking you to support me while I go out and I build this thing. And here's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for us, right? You understand that? So have that conversation with your family. Tell your existing team that they need to step up. You're not going to be available. I used to tell my team, listen, unless you're calling me during the day with a prospect on the phone, don't call. Or if you call, I'm not going to answer because I'm working my business. I'll call you back after 9 o'clock at night. These are the types of things you need to do. But I want to challenge you. Put in a 30-day run. Watch what happens. Watch how much more excited you are and watch how much more motivated your team is when they see you doing the things that you need to do. And that fear of loss kicks in where they're like, holy, you know what? I don't want to be left behind. So that's it. Massive action, the cure to every single one of your woes. I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's the reality. It's not just network marketing. It's any business in the world. So.
Okay. Ooh, Lord, let me get off this. All right. Where's Jessica? I don't know where she went. Can you guys hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up. You guys can hear me? Something? Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so I see lots of questions going on, but somehow I'm in private mode, so I don't know how to get out. How do I close this so I can get back into real chat? Oh, no. Did you guys read the chat from Jessica? There's a little girl missing in her neighborhood, and they're trying to find her, so she said she'll try to come back. So let me just hear your comments, or can you guys unmute yourself or come in if you want to ask any questions, or what did you guys think about the video? Y'all think we're crazy? I see smiles. Let me see. Good video. Yeah. I just don't know how I got on private to Crystal somehow. I can't. Okay. I don't know how I get off to everyone. Anybody gonna come on or? Nope. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going, and you guys can type in the chat. For some reason, I'm on private to Crystal. I don't know how that happened, Crystal. It won't let me get on. So if somebody sees something in the chat or something, y'all wanna come on and tell me, that would be awesome. Oh, there, I got it to everyone again. Okay, so that was the first part of the video, or that is the video. And we just want to make sure that everybody is excited that we are going to focus. Because let me tell you guys something. So many of you guys are out there rocking it and doing your thing. But if we don't start focusing on recruiting as a group, you know, as all three groups in, how do you unmute yourself? If you're on the phone, you hit *6. If you're on a telephone line, and if you're on the video, Ms. Vic, I can just unmute you. So hang on. Oh, you're unmuted. But we can't hear you, so maybe your phone is muted. Is your phone muted? Like your actual cell phone? Because we can't hear you. Let me try to mute you and then unmute you. Maybe that'll work. Hello? Nope. Type it in the thing and I'll talk it to you that way. Sorry. Okay. So what I was saying while we wait for that to come in is that we just want to make sure that everyone has the mindset that it does take work. And if you see some of us where we may start, you know, not being as available, it's not that we're being rude, but we honestly want to grow our teams. We have goals, just like you guys have goals. Your goal may be to reach director, star consultant, superstar consultant, lead, hit your $1,000, whatever it is. Well, we all have goals to get to superstar director. My next goal is to get to star director because that's where I want to be. And we want you guys to understand the compensation plan and understand what it takes to get there. And be real with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, you have to ask yourself, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough work? So we don't want anybody to take the video the wrong way. Instead, we hope that it inspired you or think that we're not going to be here to help you, because we're absolutely going to be here to help you. But we also want you all to grow as consultants and leaders and to find your own way, find your own leadership skills. What I mean by find your own way, what works for you. Some of you guys have already, you know, started your own group pages and you do your calls or whatever it is you do, and that's great. Just make sure that you don't water your group down so much to where you are overwhelmed with trying to post everywhere on your business page, your VIP page, this page, that page. You know, that's why we're saying we want to utilize the bigger groups that are out there, like Becca's training and the company's training, so we don't overwhelm ourselves. So the main reason for us taking the direction on the call like we have is because we've been doing a lot of training. And we have been trying to really get focused on our personal business and to be well-rounded consultants. And we want to grow. And within doing that, we want to make sure that you guys grow. So we know we have to be spending at least 80% of our time bringing in new people. Otherwise, our businesses are gonna fade away. They're gonna fail, and it can happen because it's happened to me before, right? We don't want that. So we're gonna go strong. We're gonna try to get our front lines to 100. For some of us, that's going to be a lot less task. And when I say us, I'm talking about Jessica, Lucy, and myself. We're going to go to get our front lines to 100. And we want to show you guys that it can be done. But if anybody wants to come along with us, we're going to be reaching out to see if you want to also set goals to do that. It's not impossible. You're already going a ton of places. We just got to get more aggressive and talk to the people, the places that we're going. So, you know, at times you have people that are going to do the work, and then you're going to have times where people are not going to do the work, and some that are leaving. So that that is why we as consultants must be constantly bringing in new people, because you have that 33% leaving, 33% that are working their business, and 33% that are coming through the door, right? So we have to be constantly having people come through the door because, like you said in the video, it's the new people that are doing 80% of the work. At least that's what you want, so that, you know, that means your business is constantly growing. So we're going to focus our efforts and be laser focused on recruiting. So again, if that's an area that you're not strong in and you want to join us, then we want you to reach out. I did say that we would reach out. I plan on, my team is sending out a video an email explaining this, but I personally am no longer going to just reach out and say, do you want to be a coaching call? I'm going to work with my top 10 up and coming leaders, mentor and guide, and everybody else I'm going to invite, and if they want to come along, they will, but if not, we don't want to push and pull you. So we want to make sure that you get out of it what you want. So Ms. Vic, are you unmuted yet? Or I don't know why we can't hear you. I'm thinking on your physical cell phone, is it muted? Not the Zoom. Nope. Did you select the audio when you came in? I don't know. Well, she can't unmute herself for some reason. Jessica, do you know? Are you muted? Let me unmute you. There you go.
Hey, my bad. I'm back. I done lost the screen. What you? I don't know. I don't even remember your question. Sorry. No, I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah, I don't know why she can't unmute herself. But the only thing I can think of is that her video, that she didn't select audio when she came in. Hold on, I'm gonna. Okay, now I'm gonna try to unmute her. Now can you talk? Nope, we just can't hear you. It's gotta be, why don't you go out and come back in? I don't know if that'll work, but sometimes it does. Oh, is your volume all the way down? Somebody said, oh, well, she left. She's going to try to come back in because she has a question, and she can't get in for some reason. Does anybody else have a question? Does anybody, what in that video said wow to you? Anybody? Come on, somebody was moved by the video. I was taking notes. I wrote on my wall, work harder, talk to more people. Those are the two things. Make a decision and go all out, 30-day challenge. What did you guys get from the video? Oh. Maybe nobody can unmute. Is Vic, you there? Yeah, she's doing something because she comes in unmuted and I have everybody muted.
Carrie, can you hear me?
I can. Mariana, I can hear you.
Well, what I got out of it is actually just talking to more people. I really, really do need to focus on that. I try doing it at work, do it to my patients, pass out samples, share with them about Scentsy. I have got a few customers from there and, just, I guess, go out of my way here in the community and talk more to my neighbors, and maybe that would help. As far as my recruiting, I'm still, trying to follow up with some of the ladies that are interested, but for some reason, it always tends to seem that, they show the interest at the beginning, and then 2-3 calls whenever they're like, okay, well, I need to wait until paycheck or whatnot. And I'm like, well, I tell them about selling first, and then they're like, no, I'll just wait until I get paid. So by the time they get paid, I call them back again, and they're like, oh, well, right now at this time I can't. And so it just seems like I don't know how to get through them, or I don't want to be like, calling them and making them feel like I'm forcing them to, I don't want to seem like that.
Right. Well, you know, Miss Brenda just typed in the comment. She says if you ask them 10 times and they told you no, she said ask them 11th time. And you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what he said in the video. He said go back to everybody that you've asked again. I mean, that you've asked before or you've contacted before and ask them again, because remember, it's our own mindset when we go into a conversation. If we go into the conversation thinking, oh my God, I'm bugging them, you know, she just told me last week, you have to find a way to communicate to them where they're at. So sometimes, like, I'll just give to her, I'll say, girl, look, I feel like I am bugging you. You keep telling me to call you, but every time I call you, it's something, and it's not easy to say, but that's what I tell them. And then they say, oh, no, girl, it's just been so busy. Or I've had people call me and they'll say, I'm so appreciative that you stayed in touch, that you didn't give up on me. Life had got crazy. So it's not usually them, you know, like not wanting to do it. It's usually us. We're quitting before they even said no. Do you see what I'm saying? And so we want to make sure we stay focused on that. And the thing of it is like you said, you lead with the opportunity, and then you keep, you know, you just keep going and going. And you either, another thing that Jessica and I talked about on a video we watched, and it could have been this one, I don't remember. We watched so much stuff, was you want to identify what type of customer this is going to be. Is this going to be a person, or who this contact is going to be? Are they going to be someone that joins your team? Or are they going to be someone that is going to be a really good customer? Or are they going to be someone that'll hold a party for you? Are the Cowboys doing something good, Teresa? Oh, Cowboys. I'm sorry, y'all. She muted herself. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to watch the game too.
They
you have
are
to decide. You have to decide which, you know, what they're going to be. And this is the other thing you have to decide. If they decide they're going to be a customer, keep going. Don't put all your eggs in that one basket to where you're letting all the other opportunities go by. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to purchase something on payday. Cool. Put them in the customer bucket and keep going. Go to the next person. We get hung up on, you know, oh, she said she's going to join. She said she's going to join. And then, you know, 2 weeks later, she hasn't joined. And you've let all these other opportunities go by. So you want to make sure that you don't do that to yourself as well. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Ms. B, can we hear you now? What'd she say? Girl, I don't know what's up with you. I can't hear you. Miss Brenda said he also said get uncomfortable, and that I am. Kudos to you leaders, because we all have heard this before. Bob just may have said it differently, and that's true. We all have heard these things before. So, you know what I'm really happy about is the way that you guys are receiving this as an opportunity to get on board and go hard and do your 30-day challenge and go grind, and not think of it as we're just cutting the ropes off. But we want you guys. Cincy is so. It's such an amazing opportunity, and we want you guys to maximize it. It doesn't matter if you're selling lipstick or candles. If you don't do the work, you're not going to be successful. But I will tell you this too. If you're trying to sell 3 or 4 different things, you're not going to be successful. You're just not going to be successful. You know, the Bible tells you can't worship more than one God. You definitely can't do more than one direct sell company or network marketing, because your time is divided, guys. You're not going to be able to give the focus and attention that you need, because you know what they're going to say? Well, wait a minute. Are you the Avon lady or the Tupperware lady or the Cincy lady? I'm confused. Do you see what I'm saying? You want to get your brand out there for people to know who you are. So who else? Y'all can type y'all questions or comments in the chat too. We're watching that if we can't get to you on the phone. Who else, you guys? So in that video, we'll post the link on our pages so that you guys, if you missed the video, you can go watch it, because it really, truly is about you deciding to focus in on your business, and about you deciding and realizing that network marketing requires work. If you're not where you want to be, say it with me, then you're not talking to enough people. That's it, you guys. There's no magic dust to this. So Jessica, what do you got? I know you probably all frazzled after that, but
yeah, I was, and I couldn't breathe because I had to walk down the street. But I was gonna chime in a while ago on Mariana's thing, because I think that's been a huge hiccup for me throughout the past 5.5 years. And Carrie basically chimed in on that part, but I'm just going to give you an actual real life example where, since we've heard these videos, I've kind of changed my thinking, because earlier I had a one-on-one, right? And she was someone from my son's school, the lunch lady. And so I told her, well, let's meet up so you can smell the scents. Because again, I could just take her over there, but I want to connect with her. So I went to her house today, took the samples, and she was loving everything. She had somebody else there. She had a lot of people there. Several of her family was from, they were from, you could tell her husband and some of her family that were there were from Mexico. So you guys know me. I was super excited, and the light bulb started going off, OMG, Mexico, Mexico. And then I asked her, she was saying this and saying that. I was like, well, have you ever thought about joining and actually being able to get the free and half price products for yourself and also getting a commission? And she says, oh no, girl, there's no way. I just got a manager position at my job, and there's just too much, and I just can't. And I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, you know what I would have done is I would have desperately given her every reason why I could try to convince her to join my team, right? But at that point, I said, you know what? Done are the days that I'm going to try to convince you to do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back down, and I'm going to say, I'm going to give you the most excellent customer service that I can. And over time, as many of you have heard me say, I truly believe a Scentsy consultant has a cycle. You first start off as a customer. You love it so much that you finally decide you're tired of paying full price for it. Then you convert to a host. And then you get tired of giving that consultant the commission off of that, and then you get the free and half price, and you get the commission once you join. So I said, I'm going to let her come back and tell me when she's ready to join. But guess what I have to do is I'm going to go on to the next one-on-one and make more one-on-ones. And, I think it took me a long time to realize that, because I always want to try to convince someone why this opportunity is the best opportunity out there. And I think you got to let them understand that themselves when they're ready to take it in and hear it, because that converts also over to your team members. So many times we want to pull you along with us because we see the potential and we know how amazing this opportunity is and what it can do for you, but you may not want that. And we have to learn that we got to let that go, and we got to let you step up to the plate when you're ready, because that's when your success is going to come. We can't want that for you. So that was, just an extra little nugget to throw in there about, you got to let them do it when they're ready.
Amen. Okay. So Ms. Vic's question is, she said she's needing help to promote her business more. So the, question I would have back to you is, after watching the video, would you say that you need to do more, like have more action? Like, are you reaching out to absolutely everybody, or are you saying you just don't even know how to share Scentsy? Like, you're just stuck in that area? That's what we would need to know. Uh-oh, she's frozen. Oh, here she goes. Stuck. So you're stuck, like you don't know how to get started, right? Like, how to share, right? And where do you live? I'll tell you why I'm asking that question secondly. She's private messaging me. I don't think she realizes she's private.
Oh, I was like, where is that at?
What is your name? I know it's not Ms. Vic. Is it Vicky or Victoria? Okay. Her thing is froze. Okay, I'm waiting for her to answer me. Everybody's like, do, 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 do. I don't know why she's doing it private. She might don't realize it. Okay, Victoria.
I put Victoria who? Oh, Moreno, okay.
Okay, so can you answer, are you stuck, or are you, stuck like you don't know how to share, or stuck like well, I guess you're stuck like you don't know how to share, because you would say that you're not doing enough otherwise. So if you're stuck like you don't know how to share, Jessica, do you know where she lives? Like what city or the reason why I was asking because the number one thing I think the reason why people are stuck is because they're not prepared. They don't have, okay, in Dallas, you don't have samples made. You don't have packets made. Do you have those things made? Because sharing is impossible if you're standing in the line at the grocery store and you don't have a sample in your hand. Because sharing can be as simple as you're standing in line and the person behind you can say, oh, I love the way that jacket, looks on you. I love that jacket pattern. And you start up a conversation, and then when the conversation's over, you say, you know what, thanks for sharing with me today. I'd like to give you a sample of my Scentsy. It can be that simple where you don't have to, try to get them to join your team. You just give them the sample. It can also be when you go to the post office, you hand out a sample. When you go to the dentist, when you go everywhere you go, you say, I need to give them samples. So you have to ask yourself, do you have samples? Like, how do you start? I mean, you can't really start sharing, and sharing becomes the basis of your business. So maybe you're stuck from sales, right? So you have to ask yourself, have I really asked everybody I know? Have I really picked up the phone and said, hey, cousin, hey, friend, hey, neighbor, walked over and tapped on the door and said, hey, would you have a Scentsy party for me? Would you take a couple catalogs to work and share? If you don't even know how to get out there and do it, I would say you need to have a party. You need to do an open house. You need to have, I don't even say open house, an actual party at your house where you invite your family and friends over and tell them you need to practice and actually do a show, and then tell them the best way they could help you is by booking parties with you. But so how long have you been in? Where'd she go? Oh, here she goes over here. This other Jessica's screen is, okay. So you've been in 1 month. Woohoo! So you're not too deep in. I would encourage you, one, to get on some YouTube videos and watch, because samples, you can just type in how to make a Scentsy sample. 1 million videos are going to pop up. No joke. They're like a gabillion are going to pop up. So that's where you can get started there. 2, this Friday, if you live local, Dallas, Forney, Richardson, Arlington, Fort Worth, Timbuktu in Texas. And we're having a sample swap at our home. So you'll need to learn at our home, at my home in Arlington. So you'll need to learn how to make samples and bring samples. If you don't know how to make samples, then at least watch the videos and bring the supplies and we'll help you. I'll get Jessica to bring her Wilton. Or maybe I'll go get one by then. I need one. So I guess we would have to start with, what have you been doing? Did you set your goal to get your shooting star? Did you set your goal to do your 70 days? Have you read your handbook? Have you got on any of the new consultant training that they do on Thursdays, or the all consultant training on Tuesdays? You guys, this is a perfect example. And I have to say thank you so much, Victoria, for being transparent and putting it out there and asking the question, because there's more of you sitting on the call that don't know what to do. You mimic what you see, but you really don't know how to get out there and share. So we're going to get to see you this Friday, Victoria. We're going to be able to give you even more, but I want to challenge you to read your handbook. I want to challenge you to get on the workstation, and right when you sign in, over to the right, it says new consultants start here. And it is a roadmap. Follow it. And if you have a question, you need to reach out to Jessica or Lucy. I don't know who your director is. But first, I want you to reach out to your sponsor. Build that relationship with your sponsor, and you guys work together to get you up to speed so you do know what to do. Okay? And if anybody is on this call and you are stuck, don't stay stuck. Reach out to us. That's what we're here for. Don't stay stuck. We can help you get started. You may not have hit your shooting star. I don't know if you did or not, but definitely let's hit your 70 days, because that's free product credit. Come on now. So we're going to work more with you. Jessica's, I think she's smiling. So you guys are going to have to, you or Lucy are going to have to pick that one up.
Victoria, quick, type in and again, just as Carrie said, this is a prime example. But thanks for being, again, as Carrie said, transparent. But I want to ask you a question. Have you, Lord Jesus, what was my question?
Reached out to your sponsor.
Is this the first call you've been on?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You said yes? Okay.
Yes.
So, I think the biggest, learning point from this right here is that how important it is for you to be connected. Because 1 month, and that you're still very, very new, but 1 month into the game, right? You're on a call and you're looking for knowledge and you're wanting to know how you can get out there and work your business. But I think a lot of us fail to use what Scentsy already has, and that is finding those quick start guides and those, just like Carrie said, reading those things. So yeah, definitely reach out to your sponsor. And are we going to see you on Friday? I hope you say yes. I can't.
Yes, she said yes.
She said yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
She's shaking her head like this.
Oh, I can't see up there. I'm over here way to the side.
Okay. Well, and I think that's going to be the first start. So again, thank you for being so transparent. Like I said, I know there's other people out there, and I know that the game is going, and I know I want to go watch it too. But you guys are important to us. We want to make sure that you are equipped. So does anybody else want to be transparent and come on and share? Or, I love the tips that Crystal put into the Crystal always contributes to the call. We appreciate that. Victoria, make sure you read the comments. They put some things in there about making the samples and things like that. So who is that? Somebody's coming in on the phone, I think. No? I don't know. So that's it, guys. I don't know. I don't have anything like else. What do you have, Jessica?
I want to know y'all's feedback about the calls. What do you think about that? We don't know exactly. We don't know if we're going to do it every week. If maybe we do once a month, maybe we do every couple of weeks. I'm be totally honest with you. If anybody has, we want to hear your feedback. We want to know what you think. Do you like the calls? Do you get on the calls? Do you actually tell your teams to get on the calls? Because I think it's important as leaders, every single thing that we do for our business, that affects our bottom line on how we work our personal business. And I had to run because of the issues a while ago, but I didn't get to hear the end of it. So I think it's important. The calls are very helpful. And I think that, we got to know where we have to divide our time. So it's very important that we hear back feedback from you on, what you like, what you don't, what you think works for you, what you've been utilizing, what your team has been utilizing, what they haven't been utilizing, and that you share that with us. If you have one or more people on your team, you are a leader and you're contributing to this organization overall. And, I will say one thing that I learned since day one when I went to my very first meeting. If you're on this call right now, I honestly don't believe that you're just working this business as, because you want to get free and half price product. I think you're working this business because even if you don't know you want it as a full-blown business, you're trying to find information if that is something that would be for you. So I think it's important that what it is you're willing to do. And what I learned the very first meeting that I went to my superstar director's house is I didn't know what the heck it meant because I was only 4 days into my Scentsy journey, but I went anyways, and I connected. Is if you want to be a director, act like a director from day one. So whether you have one person on your team or you have 200 people on your team, you're contributing to the organization. So reach out to your leaders. Ask, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest with you. Like when it comes to feedback, and as Carrie talked about the other day, what we're meaning is that we're no longer going to answer those questions that you can learn or go grab the information on the workstation. I mean, that's very simple, right? But the thing is that we want to hear from you when you're trying to brainstorm and think of ideas to work your business. But, sometimes we don't get that. And if you're out there and you're a leader that's rocking it and making it happen, share with us what you're doing, what your ideas are, so you can share with the team. Not always us on the calls. And you can step up and lead, because even if you don't see yourself a leader, if you got one or more people on your team and y'all are making things happen, guess what? You're a leader. So that's my little spill on that.
And I love that Jessica Gonzalez said that her team is on her mind every morning. She texts them every day and reaches out to them. And
That's
she's
awesome.
still in her car. You know what? That's what's up. But the thing of it is that you want to build the relationships. And that's the thing. We're not saying anything. We think you guys are all amazing leaders. We just want to let you know you're going to notice a culture change. You're going to notice a direction change. And we don't want you guys to think we're nuts. But if we don't teach you and show you the importance of growing a team and recruiting consistently, you're going to be like, man, you know? So we want to, the wave is there. The opportunity is there. Terry Levi, Becca Levi's husband, said that people are looking for ways to bring in additional income. Be the reason. Show them the value in joining Cincy, not just the product, you know, show them the value in joining Cincy and the value of the products, but not just so buy. You know what I'm saying? If you have enough people on your team that will sustain you, your sales and things will come. So that is what's up, guys. Does anybody else have any other questions? Val says, I've tried other direct sales and I've never had so much motivation. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yay, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And you know, one of the things, if you guys haven't figured out by now, Cincy does their best to eliminate competition. And what I mean by that, and it's so important, if you talk to people that sell like Mary Kay and things like that, and I'm not trying to put any company down, they get to buy their Mary Kay, Premier Jewelry, all those things, they get to buy their stuff at 50%. And then they get to sell it between this range. Well, Cincy tells us, this is what you're selling it for, and on the 10th of the month, we're going to give you your full commission check. There's not going to be anything deducted from it. I hear all the time, this is the first direct sale company that actually got a commission check. That's huge, you guys. So they do care about us. So if you're on the team, make it happen. Callie provides monthly, daily challenges. That's right, Crystal. Mariana, me too. I love my Cincy sisters and products. That's what's up, you guys. So let's all step up and let's show up on our team pages. Let's show up in the way that we share our recruiting tips. And, you know, you guys, let's go out there and rock it. And Bob, how you say his last name? Healy?
Healy.
Him too. Highly. He's a great guy to follow. There's many more out there. Brenda said the calls are great. I'm always appreciative for them. Most times on Sundays when I'm not on the calls, I'm traveling because she takes care of her mom. She's traveling to her mother's home for 8 weeks straight. She spent weekends with her mom, and I think the change is great. In most cases, we have been used to more as a convenient, and that is not right. We love you guys. So we love you too, Brenda. So that's huge. And you know what? She's right. The leaders have become a convenience, and we don't want it to be that way. We want you to be always striving and growing and being hungry, not just sitting back watching us be hungry. We want you guys to be hungry for it too. So you guys, let's do this. Let's go out there and let's go watch a Cowboy game, okay? Now it's like,
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on over there.
Love you guys, but seriously, we are about to do this. 30 days is on and popping.
30 days. Let's see how many we can recruit.
And here's the thing, guys. I want everybody to set a realistic recruiting goal. If you've never recruited, don't sit there and say you're going to recruit 10 people. Start with 1 or 2. Do you know what I'm saying? But then go hard, and then guess what you're going to see? You're going to see more than that. So let's go. And I ain't giving you no prize. It's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We can all do. Your prize is going to be your commission check. How about that?
That's right.
Oh, it says, please see my inquiry above about punch words. Okay, I can't scroll up. Jessica, can you scroll up on the
yeah, I think she said earlier, she just doesn't think, let me try to find it. She says she just doesn't believe that she's having the right, like she's using, she doesn't have the punch words to get across what she's trying to say. I think that's what she meant. Okay. Oh, yeah. It seems like I don't have the right punch words. It needs to be short, sweet, and to the point because people look like they don't have time.
So when you're talking punch words, if you're talking about while you're sharing a sample, again, you guys, when you go into the store, you've got to decide. I love what Ashley Ramos showed us last week. She hands out her packet, and on the door prize slip, she writes, text me this information. And what did she say? And I'll give you, and I'll send you a prize.
Yeah.
And it's a sample of wax, you guys, most of the time. So the thing of it is, you have to get in your mindset. Okay, I know I'm going to be targeting cashiers today, and I know they're not going to have enough time. The other thing you want to do is what Jessica said is just do the invite. Don't try to tell them everything right up front. Just say, yo, would you like to step down and meet me for coffee? And then while you're having your coffee, you guys can talk about it. Don't try to convince them and sell them there. Just say, you know what, I have an amazing opportunity, and I think you would be great for that. You know, what day will work for you to have coffee? And then just let them come back and tell you. Don't say, will Thursday work? Will Friday work? Let them come back and tell you. And do that 20 more times so you have enough prospects so you at least net your 1 or 2 in that day.
That's so funny that you say that, because way back I felt, that I've done those desperate things. Like, what time do you want to meet? Is tomorrow okay? Can I call you at 6?
Yes.
But one thing I want to add to that, what Carrie said, is that I think so many of us, and there's an amazing training short snippet from Bob Hiley where he talks about how so many people get the invites and the actual presentation confused. And the very first, just like Ms. Brenda said, we're thinking, right, oh my gosh, I only have this split second to talk to this person right here, right now, right? And I need to give them everything I need to give them for them to make a decision right now. We need to switch our mind that we need to first invite them to, let's sit down and when can we sit down and talk? You invite them first. Don't tell them anything about what you have to offer, your presentation, none of that. You want to I think the one with the cashier thing is funny first, right? Because you want to actually connect with them first. So what I've been doing in times like that, Ms. Brenda, is I've been asking them, are you on Facebook right then and there? And I'll try to add them. Later on, once I'm at home, then I try to connect with them and I talk to them and build a slight relationship with them. And then I'll input the opportunity or the product somewhere and talk about how we can sit down and I can show them, what I have to offer them. Nothing else. I'm not going to tell you about the product. I'm not going to tell you about it's $99 to join. I'm just going to invite you to either 1, experience my product, or 2, invite you to the business opportunity. And just sit down and let's have coffee. That's it. And would you be willing to do that? If so, if they say yes, then what time works? Ask them for permission first. So the invite is crucial. And then once you sit down with them, then you can give them your presentation and your spiel, whether it be on your product or on your opportunity, at whatever point you are in that relationship with them at that point. So I mean, you got to go watch that training from Bob Hiley. He talks about getting the invite and the actual presentation mixed up and trying to give it all at the same time. So that was big for me.
Cool. That was amazing. He's a guy you really want to follow. So Jessica said something and now I lost my train of thought. I'll think of it. She says, thank you. So I want to leave you with this, you guys. I want you to remember that wanting something is not enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be absolutely compelling in order for you to overcome the obstacles that will come your way. You are going to hit obstacles and you're going to have challenges. If you put yourself in a position where you have to stretch outside your comfort zone, then you are forced to expand your consciousness, and you're forced to expand and draw on the gifts that you were born with. The other thing is your ability to communicate is an important tool in your pursuit of your goals, whether it is with your family, your coworkers, or your clients and customers. Make each day count by setting specific goals to succeed, then putting forth every effort to exceed your own expectation. You guys go out there and have an amazing week. Don't forget we are there for you, and don't forget to go hard. If you ask 10 times, ask the 11th time. And what, as Bob told us, he said that we have to have our mindset. It's mind over mattress, and we have to work from 5 to faint, y'all. Let's go do it. We'll talk to you guys later. Mwah.